Hi, I'm Samantha Funes, and I've got another story for you. It's called The Tree of Secrets. Here we go. Aubert lived at the edge of a forest meadow in a little house that was built strong by his father. His hair was fire red and his skin was pale. He was a strong boy. He had no brothers and sisters or any friends nearby. He learned many things from the past life he spent in nature. An oak tree stood proud at the top of a knoll a bit away from his home. Ever since Aubert was little, he loved that tree. The tree always listened, and Aubert raced to it daily to share his secrets. It was the only tree amid the endless grassy field that led to the sea. Today, when he got to the tree, he hugged it as hard and as strong as he could. The tree seemed to bend as if returning the embrace. It shook when he released it, and he shook too. "Good morning, tree," Aubert said. "I have to tell you of my dream last night. Oh, the things you and I saw!" he exclaimed as he plopped himself down and leaned against the tree. "Before I fell asleep, I wrote in my journal that I wanted to go to the sea. I laid down and looked out at the stars, thinking about what it would be like. Every day you and I look out at the ocean, but we've never taken the journey," the boy said. "It was a beautiful day in my dream. The sun was shining and the clouds were floating in the breeze. Your branches were full of leaves." Aubert yawned and lowered himself so that the tree's roots now cradled his head. He closed his eyes and continued telling the tree of last night's journey. "It was magical. You were there with me every step of the way. We had long talks. That's right, you had a voice. I couldn't believe it either, but it was wonderful. You told me you had always wanted to visit the sea too, but you didn't want to make the journey alone. And then I told you that I'd get a good spanking if Papa knew I was gone so far away from home, and we both laughed," Aubert said. "Time seemed to stand still. It should have taken us days for the journey, but we got there with plenty of time to play in the sand and watch the sunset over the horizon. I can still smell the crisp, salty air and see the sandy-colored crabs scampering across the beach. You giggled when one of them climbed up your trunk and hopped atop your branch. You said the ocean was a good place to heal and for me to go into the water, so I did. It felt so good on my skin. My body melted and I became the entire ocean. The sky's hues changed from pink to violet and peach with no effort. My body warmed in the sun's gentle glow. We both wished we could stay together longer, but we knew we could always return. We spoke of other places we wanted to visit. It was just a dream away," Aubert said. "The journey home seemed to take no time at all. A few words and we were back," he said. "I opened my eyes and I was in bed. I ran out here to tell you as soon as I could. Oh, tree, you have always been such a good friend. I couldn't think of taking the journey with anyone else." Just then a leaf floated down from the tree. Aubert caught it. He studied it and held it carefully to his heart. "Thank you, tree. I love you too." Aubert stood up and looked out toward the sea. The tree seemed to be gazing too. Aubert hugged the tree and ran off to the house, holding the leaf close. He went to his room and placed the leaf in his journal, and wrote of their adventure together. He drew a picture of him and the tree near the ocean, and then he sat wondering what he would dream tonight. And that was The Tree of Secrets by Samantha Funes. That's me. Thanks for listening, and tune in for more.